Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Angela, and the lesson that we will review today is Restraint Documentation in CPRS. In today's lesson, we will cover what is a restraint, restraint for nonviolent behavior, restraint for violent behavior, and the summary. What is a restraint? According to the Joint Commission, a restraint is any manual method, physical or mechanical device, material, or equipment that immobilizes or reduces the ability of a patient to move his arms, legs, body, or head freely. Restraint for nonviolent behavior was formerly known as medical restraint use. It prevents the patient from pulling at lines, tubes, and interruption in care. Whenever placing an order for restraint for nonviolent behavior, please remember these key points. The order needs to be placed within 6 hours of the restraint initiation. These orders only last 24 hours and then they expire. If the restraint use continues past the 24-hour period, then you must place a brand new order within 6 hours of the previous order expiring. When placing an order for restraint for nonviolent behavior, all sections of the order will remain highlighted until they are addressed. This will require you to select an option, either by clicking or choosing from the drop-down menu. Once all highlighted sections have been addressed, you will be able to proceed to the next step. Restraint for violent behavior was formerly known as behavioral restraint use. It is used to manage violent or self-destructive behavior that jeopardizes the immediate physical safety of the patient, staff, or others. When placing an order for restraint for violent behavior, please remember these key points. Place the order within 1 hour of restraint initiation. These orders only last for 4 hours and then they expire. If the restraint use continues past the 4-hour period, you must place a brand new order within 1 hour of the previous order expiring. When placing an order for restraint for violent behavior, your only options are to use locked or soft restraints. Locked restraints are limited for use in the ICU, the ED, and the 3C inpatient mental health unit only. When placing an order for restraint for violent behavior, you must complete an in-person assessment of the patient within 1 hour. After you complete this assessment, you must document it in the Restraint and Seclusion Interdisciplinary Note under the LIP assessment portion. If the restraint for violent behavior exceeds 24 hours, you must complete a new LIP assessment in person and document that in a new Restraint and Seclusion Interdisciplinary Note under the LIP assessment portion. In order to complete the required documentation of restraint for violent behavior, observe the lower left corner of your CPRS. Please click on the tab that says Notes. You'll then be able to select the option that says New Note. Within the search box for the Progress Note title, enter Restraint and then select the option that says Restraint and Seclusion Interdisciplinary Note. Within that pop-up, you'll see several options. You should select the one that's titled LIP Assessment. Whenever you place an order for restraint for violent behavior, you have to place an order for Continuous Protective Observation, or a CPO. When ordering a CPO, you'll have to select the behavior that necessitates that CPO. A common option is often aggression. You'll then have to further assess that behavior by choosing options from the drop-down menu. Although it is not required, it is strongly encouraged that you consider placing additional consults whenever you order restraint for violent behavior. Some great options include inpatient mental health, inpatient geriatrics if your patient is older than 65, or inpatient palliative care. Now that you've learned more, If you are ever unsure about which type of restraint to order, please clarify with the RN. In summary, restraint use is categorized based on observable patient behavior. It is not based on the type of device implemented. Restraint for nonviolent behavior is used to prevent anything that hinders healing or disrupts medical care, such as pulling on lines or attempting to remove tubes. Restraint for violent behavior is used to mitigate any sort of aggressive actions or behaviors that jeopardize the safety of the patient themselves, staff, or others, such as self-inflicted harm, striking, or biting. Whenever you place an order for violent behavior, it is required that you complete an in-person LIP assessment within 1 hour and to chart that assessment within a restraint and seclusion interdisciplinary note. You're also required to place a separate CPO order for the duration of that restraint use. Thank you for still listening, if indeed you still are. You're all dismissed. Goodbye.